Well, hello. I'm a face that you haven't seen in a few weeks, and if you did not catch last week, well, first, I can't hit pause if you're watching this live, but go back and watch last week. It was the current conclusion of the Mask Next Gen series, led by Tej, and since he's done running that for now, we needed something to go back to. So, hi, we're back to BCC. I believe you all thought I forgot about this. I didn't forget. I am Crimson Avix, and joining me tonight is the guy who's the reason I brought it back, the Greenleaf Effect. The guy who will probably make me enjoy bringing it back, Chameleon Ice. And the guy everyone else is glad to have it being brought back, Lutra. I mean, OPT lawyer.
That's not even a name, it's just Lutra.
He's just Lutra.
I know,
OPT
I'm so happy
lawyer.
to be back. Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
It's been a little while. A few various things sort of held this up, but we are going to return to Bay City Chronicles then. Well, not Bay City proper because, well, we're hanging out in the Pacific right now. Just a little recap of what happened during our last episode. We opened up in continuation in Point Nemo, which is in the middle of the Pacific, middle of nowhere, really no human access, to a big rock that was created by Salome and her lackeys. And there they went to actually encounter Salome. And as they were walking forward and encountering Salome, Kyle, everyone's favorite misfit, definitely glitched in and out of the area over and over and over again. But they ended up having a discussion with Salome, and then were attacked by 4 elementals with a little gimmick to the fight because, well, that's what I do. And then afterwards, the hooded cloak that was next to Salome pretty much the entire time walked up to Zero Day, placed his hand on his shoulder, and Zero Day collapsed. And we ended last session with the hooded cloak then facing Lutra and Malkir, and also Kyle and Kestrel, pulling down his hood, and it was Demise, who was the dream variation of Phantasm.
I remember that.
So, the introduction to this comic, the cover of this comic, is a picture of Demise with his hood down, staring and grinning at Lutra and Malkir, with Kestrel standing nearby, and Kyle seemingly wetting himself, standing over Zero Day, with Salome and the 6 elements standing in the background, sort of with a breeze. A very ominous picture. And with that, welcome back to Bay City Chronicles. This is Volume 6, Chapter 6, The Memories That Have Returned to Haunt Me. And even though that's the opening picture, it's not where we're actually opening. You open the comic, and because it's what we do here at Bay City, and we relate something in here to something either in the Marvel Universe or Final Fantasy or something, this is going to be a flashback, like Windhill and Final Fantasy VIII. A very rural area, houses spread out over acres of land. Some are farmland, some are just, houses with big yards and stuff like that. And we come in on this one single-story house with a truck in the driveway. And here we have a young kid who seem to be his parents, but we only see the backs of his parents, and they're talking to another man and lady. And the discussion is about taking the child. The child is believed to be special. The parents were already approached by Dr. Xavier or Professor Xavier about joining the X-Men, and the parents already declined that. But this man and woman are very adamantly stating their case that they really need the child to go with them. And the parents still decline. So the man and woman get in their truck and leave. The woman, there's a scene of the woman irate, completely irate. Next page, a few hours pass, and the woman is back at the house alone. And then you see fire set to the house. And the woman is leaving with the kid. After this, we return to the Pacific with Hunter, or Zero Day, waking up just having dreamed this image.
So from where he collapsed, he sort of looks around, takes a survey of the scene, and just sort of has this, what was that? And is he like still at the feet of Demise? Is Demise moved from forward, back? What's going on?
He's still right at the feet. Demise was just hovering over him the entire time.
So he sort of looks up. You.
So Lucha just screams out, Hunter, watch out!
Demise looks at Lutra, looks down at Zero Day, gives a smirk, goes, and just walks off.
Wait, what? Where are you going?
Hey!
We're not done yet.
So you see Demise raise his right arm in the air. He stops, lowers his arm, and evaporates in a wisp of smoke.
Gosh, I hate it when they do that. So Lucha's quickly running over towards Zero Day.
I forget. Are there the other flunkies around here, or did they
Right. I forgot.
leave us?
I forgot about that.
They're all off in the distance.
Okay.
Basically, when the fight with the elements started, Demise was really the only one who stayed down close. All the others sort of just retreated back. This was never meant to be the end game, so they didn't want to engage in battle here.
Gotcha. Okay, so Lucha's going to run forward towards Zero Day, and kind of like get down, kneel down, and say, "Hey, you alright?"
He just sort of stares at you blankly. And
So Lucha is all, "Hello, Hunter, you okay? Come on, you're alright. Come on, you alright?"
He shakes his head, not like a yes or no, just sort of like shakes his head to get the cobwebs out. Pushes himself up to him. He stands up, brushes himself off, begins to walk back towards the exit of the area, at least away from where they are. Doesn't say a word.
So
Remember correctly.
Lucha looks more than a little deflated as he does that.
Well, this place is closed off for one, because I think we're still blocked by a giant chunk of ice in front of the exit. But
What was that?
so Tesla's gonna fly like in front of Zero Day. Hey! Like, where are you going? If you haven't noticed, we still have a problem up there. Like he points to like those elemental guys. What did they do to you?
They in fact did nothing to me. They have been up there the entire time. They couldn't have possibly done anything to me.
No, when I say they, I meant he that guy, the guy with the cloak that just disappeared.
You did not recognize him?
Not too much. The Lutra, I think, did.
Maybe. And as to answer your question, and this is the part that scares me the most, I don't know. I need to figure out what it was that I saw, whether it was truth or not.
About this time, no one else hears this except one specific individual. But it's a dead calm once Zero Day stops talking. There's no noise at all. It's literally almost like a vacuum. There's no noise.
That doesn't sound good.
And then all she hears is Lutra.
Huh? Oh, God. Oh, did somebody else hear that?
Did we hear that?
No,
Okay.
it's not in your head. Like, you can tell it's like a whisper,
Oh, dang it, I was going to play out that.
but no one else hears it.
Crap, I'm hearing voices again!
Yeah, Zero Day looks at Kestrel. Yeah, he's not wrong. This isn't the first time this has happened. Last time he was possessed, so you want to hold him down and I'll perform an exorcism?
Okay, it's not inside my head. I'm just hearing voices again.
I mean, that could be it's inside your head.
I guess. I don't
How do you know the difference?
Because this kind of felt like in my ear. If you've never had something in your head talking to you, you kind of understand the difference.
What did it say?
It said my name.
Did you answer it?
Does it sound like I answered it?
Well, try. Maybe he wants to have a conversation with you.
Hello?
Roll me an insight check.
Right, things, yes.
We have skills in this game.
Skills,
Yeah,
yes.
Skill exists.
Oh! Well, there's a
First
check.
roll back, it's a 20.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. First of all, you pass the check, which is going to be you recognize the voice. Because you crit the check, it actually responds to you. You hear again, Lutra.
Hello, okay. Say my name again. Luke just looking around all the place like, okay. Voice sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is.
Do not be deceived.
Oh, God. Guys, it's another voice telling me not to be deceived again. Help.
so Kestrel actually flies over to Lutra, and he actually lands kind of on his head, like not fully, but like
Ow!
perching on there, like take it easy. And he like kind of leans down. He's like trying to listen, like just see if he talks again.
So Lutra hears one more thing in this. He hears again, do not be deceived. And then he hears, "I'm here to help."
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. The voice is telling me he's here to help. Or it's here to help. Guys, this is exactly what happened last time.
Have you inquired if he is in fact from the government?
Oh. Yeah, Mr. Voice, sir, are you from the government?
You don't hear anymore.
No, I don't think he is. He didn't say anything else. Dang it.
Well, if it's helpful, maybe we can just, wait and see what happens.
Dev was trying to be helpful, too.
Right, but you weren't paying attention. Now you know better.
What do you mean I wasn't paying attention? You weren't even there.
You know, what I mean is, now you know better. So, wait, are those beings that we're dealing with above, they're still kind of above us, right? What are they just doing, looking down at us?
Yeah, they're just staring off in the distance, but now since you pointed them out, I mean, you're going to get a bonus, but everyone give me perception checks.
Okie dokie. Oh, dear. Dark, I have your dice.
Okay, so Kestrel, yours is going to be the funniest because you get a bonus to a 1. So Lutra sees this clearly. Zero Day doesn't notice at first, but will notice. Kestrel sees all of this, but it's all blurry to him. So that dark purpley hue that Demise was well known for, Salome is basically glowing purple right now.
Oh, gosh.
And after about 5 seconds of this, a pulse of purple energy, like a ring, emits from her body and just goes in a burst, probably about a half a mile wide. And all the rocks and ice around you start to crumble.
This is bad. We gotta go. Is there still that thing of ice blocking our path out?
Yes, but you do happen to remember that the area that Kyle teleported in from wasn't as solid. So you're able to sort of make your way over there. But you just have to hope that there's a path back to the ship. Or you can wait to see if the ice collapses behind you before on top of you.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
They're just still looking around to see if he can find the source of the voice at all, but I mean,
I nudge and push like 0 Day and Lutra, Hunter, this thing is gonna crumble and you can't fly. We gotta go.
Right. Are we surrounded by water? I'm pretty good swimming.
I don't know about this water, but maybe.
Fair.
But either way, he can't fly. And he points down to 0 Day. So we need to get you on a jet, and we just gotta get out of here, or at least we have to get up in the air.
Right.
I think over there, it might be a little bit thinner or weaker in the walls. Maybe we can get through, but I don't know. We gotta do something.
Where's Kyle at anyway?
Where's Kyle at?
Kyle's already pulled a Kyle and glitched back out.
Yeah.
Oh. Crap, which way did he go? We should follow him.
I think he teleported. That's hard to follow.
Oh, okay. He really needs to get control of his magic sometimes. Let's get out of here. Go.
Kestrel.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
As you are rolling around trying to drag Lutra off and staring at 0 Day, Give me a perception check, please.
That's a better one.
Yes, very much so. You notice that he's not paying attention to anything you're saying. He is just staring off into the distance where Salome walked off to. And if you come up on the front side of him and see, this is like this version of Zero Day that you've seen. His eyes have always been very neutral, very stoic, very calculated.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually fire and anger in them as he stares out in the distance at where she was.
Okay. So, seeing this, after like Kessel's nudging Lucha towards the direction, he is gonna fly back towards 0 Day. Now, like, he's gonna get in front of him as he like sees his eyes kind of glazed over like that, and he's gonna do something kind of odd. He's gonna like do a quick spin around, and he's gonna whip him in the face with his tail. It's soft enough, but it should get his attention. So, wake up! We gotta get out of here, or you're not gonna be able to chase anybody.
He just got tail whipped.
Your defense is lowered.
Give me an agility roll.
Talking to me or him?
You.
Okay, doke. Oh, come on!
So you go to smack him with your tail and completely miss. Spin around in a circle and smack Lucha with your tail.
Ah! Hey!
Sorry!
Oh.
Hunter, get a grip!
Why? Why?
Because if we don't, we're gonna like die in here or something.
Like, why what?
Oh, we supposed to talk about that. Okay, right. Sorry.
You can see him start to physically shake as he says this.
Lutra, come on, we need to get him. And he trusts you more.
No, what are you talk? Trust me more.
It's Hunter!
So he kind of looks at you, Kestrel, like a oh, I don't believe you, like kind of thing. And it's just weird, just like deflated sighs. He walks over towards 0 Day, kind of grabs him by the waist and just starts pulling him towards us. Like, come on, we'll deal with that later. We gotta go.
I'm fairly certain Lutra is strong enough to do this.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm like, he's actually stupid strong, so yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to make our way over towards that area that you pointed out where Kyle kind of came in where the rocks and ice might be a bit weaker.
There's definitely a path over there.
Alrighty, so Captain's going to take his time because he doesn't want to leave folks behind.
Right. At some point, does like 0 Day snap out of it and start running with them, or is Lucha dragging him the whole way there?
I think it's more fun if Lutra's dragging
That's
him.
fine. I was just curious.
Actually, it's probably a better choice that you decided to drag him, because originally, if you said you're going to push him, I was going to have him roll an acrobatics check, because if he rolled bad on it, you were just going to push him over because he totally wasn't ready for it.
I see this guy like one of those old cartoon hook things. Lucha's just trying to grab him from behind and just like, come on!
So yeah, Kessel's going to try to help navigate the guys up
Just
through the small
imagining
pathway.
this 5 foot anthropomorphic otters carrying this 0 Day when this massive whatever suit he's got.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're leaving, you catch glimpses of light towards the end of your path.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Light's normally good, I think. Except when it's bad. But it's normally good.
Since you're leading the party, Kestrel, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
This is gonna go well.
I mean, it's either good or bad.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, 30.
You are certain those lights belong to the ship.
Oh, thank goodness. We're so close. It's over here. Come on.
Coming!
Give me a second perception check.
You guys are so slow.
You also notice there's a 3-foot gap in between the path that you're on and the concrete or the stone structure that holds the ship.
Is it 3-foot gap? That's nothing. I can
For
fly.
you-
Lutra can jump.
For
Lutra-
you,
Lutra can jump 3 feet.
Yeah.
yes, but if Lutra's not paying attention to that because he's dragging 0 day,
Oh, right. Lutra,
What?
jump.
Huh? Oh!
Gap.
So, you get this thing is Lucha's like dragging him, like walking backwards. Kestrel says that he looks like, huh? Oh! Okay. Like that look down like, ah! So, Lucha's gonna jump over, carrying 0 day, and if you want me to roll something for that, I will, otherwise I just...
no, I'll give it to you based off the speed that you would have had and everything else.
Okay, cool.
Although I should have 0 day roll for an injury.
Aww.
As Lucha jumps, 0 day crashes down against the ground.
But Lutra's hugging him.
Yeah, I
That's
was gonna
super
say,
safe.
Lucha would take it for him, so...
Alright.
Ow.
Once we get back to the ship, we're gonna hop right on there. Kestrel's not fool around.
Yeah.
Alright, so you make it back to the ship. The entire structure is still breaking down. It's not like one of those you barely make it out before the thing collapses out from underneath you.
Mhm.
But as you fly away, you can just sort of see all of it just buckling beneath its weight, and the ocean sort of splashing from all the rock and ice crashing into it. And you start heading back. Question is where are you heading back to?
Well, first I want to see I'd probably see what the situation is out there. Like, what happens to the guys who are above the rock structure? Although
I
the
will
ship
say,
may have autopilot.
If nobody is directing anything, as soon as they're back on the ship, ZD is immediately heading over to the controls and punching in an autopilot destination. He doesn't say anything, he just punches it in.
Well, at least he's moving on. So.
0 day, where are we going? You should probably get back home.
To answer your Kestrel's question is you don't see them at all.
Got away.
I mean, we were kind of walking away. That was going to happen.
I thought maybe we could find him in the ship. Like, I don't know if this thing has onboard missiles or guns or something.
No.
So Lucha goes over the controls and tries to look
What a
and see
terrible ship.
what 0 days put into him.
Tej,
What was that?
the 0 day respond?
No.
Oh, I thought you were checking the ship itself.
No, Lucha's not asking him. Lucha's just looking to see if he can see where he put in the controls. He's not asking 0 day.
It's longitude and latitude coordinates.
That's fine. He can take those and go ask the AI.
All you get is Bay City,
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then.
That's it.
which was one of the 2 options you had.
Fair, yeah, no, absolutely.
So now that things have somewhat calmed down and we're not in danger of sinking, Kestrel's going to try to kind of get 0 day's attention again.
So Lucha just kind of walks into the main area, just kind of sits down, just looks like he's sort of decompressing.
So, what happened back there? I noticed you were pretty ticked off. I'm guessing at Siloam up there. But you said a lot of half sentences and mumbles and such, and now we can calm down. Things aren't exploding everywhere. What's going on?
Hopefully, we will know more when this plane reaches its destination.
Where's that?
To go and see the one person I did not want to see in this form.
What are we gonna see? We gonna see Casey?
He has questions he needs to answer.
Luke just not in the cockpit for this.
No, I thought we were just in the main area.
No, I thought he was still in the cockpit area. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know.
You can be wherever you want to be for this.
You also have otter hearing, so...
No, all I'm trying to figure out is where you guys are, because Luch is in the main area sitting down. If you guys are there, he's going to interact. If not, he's not moving.
Zero Day said he walked away from the console after putting in the coordinates.
Okay.
So I assume that meant that we went back to the main
That's all
cabin.
I need to know.
Yeah.
So
but after hearing that we're going back there,
yeah, so wait, I'm confused a bit. Why would Casey have questions that he also has to answer?
There are questions that I have that he needs to answer.
Okay, well that makes more
Not
sense.
a complicated thing.
Right, that would make more sense.
So he knows about the situation that we were looking at.
I don't know if he knows that, but
It has nothing to do with the situation we were in.
Oh, it has to do with what happened while you were down.
well, Demise is back. I'm sure he's going to be thrilled to hear that one.
Whether or not an old friend is back has zero to do with what needs to be answered.
Demise is not exactly an old friend.
How is he not an old friend?
Well, let me think. Every time we've met him, he's tried to kill us or whatever.
So, Lutra, you recognized him, I thought.
This is the first time I have met him in person, and he did not try to kill me here.
You were unconscious at his feet.
But he did not try to kill me, ergo your logic is false.
Oh, shut up.
You did not recognize him, Kestrel?
Like, he looked kind of familiar, but I couldn't really place it very well.
I'm honestly surprised you are reacting as well as you are, Lutra.
What do you mean?
To seeing him.
Well, there's a lot going on then. Number two, he kind of walked off already. Like, really quickly. I just don't like seeing him at all. Experience him one spec, and then we experience him in the future too. Not that that's actually going to happen now, or because we rewrote everything, but still.
Wait a second.
What?
He'll just gotta snap his fingers because he's read the Face City comics. But wait, that guy looks kind of like Phantasm.
That's because it's like this. I've never really understood it much, but he's something that some part of Phantasm that's bad or something. I never understand it, but all I know is he tried to kill us and Phantasm, and then he tried to kill Dr. Casey in the future.
So that's a bad Phantasm?
I think. Or a dark or something. I don't know. I never understood it in the first place. I know, is that one bad? Phantasm, my best friend, and he's not here.
Either way, as far as I am concerned, that is the least of the things that should be bothering at least me.
Nothing seems to really bother you.
Nothing seems to bother me? No. Lots of things bother me. But where I come from, you can't show it.
I mean, I got that. You hide it pretty well.
No, yeah, I'm sure that's it.
But you kind of were showing some of those emotions right before we left, though. I don't think I've seen you ready to punch somebody so hard before.
What do you mean, I'm sure that is it, Lutra?
So Lucha just looks over at Zero Day, and he just stands up and walks off.
Did I do something?
He's gone.
I think he's upset about... Well, The whole hunter thing?
What whole hunter thing? I am, as you put it, quote, the whole hunter thing.
Yeah, but Lutra's been having kind of a rocky relationship with Hunter as of late. And I think
So
the way
he-
you guys have been interacting has been kind of really rubbing him the wrong way.
So he is mad that I do not show emotions?
I don't think he's mad that you don't show emotions. I think I don't know, I think he's working through some stuff. But honestly, I feel like it's something you guys need to talk about because nobody's going to understand it better than you two.
Yes, but that is a conversation that... How does one talk to somebody who, last time you saw them, they were crushed under rubble?
Well, usually when you see them walk around alive again, I mean, this is kind of tossing it out there, but I'd probably say, "Oh my gosh, you're alive! I'm so happy to see you! I want to hug you."
Again, where I come from, I cannot afford that.
But you're not there anymore. You're here. You can show some emotions.
And the first time I let my guard down would be the last.
What guard do you need to have up around us? Do you not trust us?
On the contrary, I explicitly trust you all. That does not mean that I can get emotionally attached.
And I think I see why Lutra's frustrated with you.
Forgive me if my focus on ensuring that my future doesn't happen is slightly more important.
No, I get that. It just doesn't make it. This doesn't make it not frustrating for people who care about you as well. Like I get it, greater good, all that stuff. It's just if Lutra gets that upset and he gets that down in the dumps, he's liable to make bad decisions.
I guarantee nothing will be as bad as him getting addicted to those energy drinks.
I mean, that's kind of what started this in the first place, I think. Him getting down in the dumps. To put it lightly.
Yes, I have gotten at least used to flying in these since then, but that was the catalyst for it. I still do not like heights.
No, I don't. I think you're too deep in to fix this right now. Captain Cod mutters to himself, "It's sorry. I,
Ask the question you wish to ask.
it's not really a question. It's more. Is that ever going to change? Or are you just going to be closed off there until your future's secure and I don't know, you go back home? Do you disappear? What happens?
You want to know what happens if we secure my future from happening.
Yeah?
What do you think happens?
I assume you don't exist anymore.
And you wonder why I don't want to get attached. Look at how he's reacting to the loss of Phantasm. How do you think he'll react to me?
I mean, he still has a version of you around him. That feels really insensitive, and I'm sorry.
That unless we can figure out how to unmerge it from my body, he loses both of us.
Oh, no, that's right. Oh, that's something we gotta work on. How do we do that again?
I have zero idea how to deal with all that magic bullshit.
Well, at least you're honest.
When have I ever known how to deal with magic bullshit?
I guess that was always more Ven's department, huh? No, he's doing. Yeah.
Either way, we have questions that the doctor needs to answer.
Yeah, we do.
Also, I will say, it strikes you as odd that he says the doctor and not dad.
I mean, he's so cold sometimes. It's kind of like, he's just speaking robo speak.
Oh crap! You're not talking about the doctor that comes out of the big blue box, then, right?
Why
Not
would I
even
want
here.
to? Why would I want to watch that completely unrealistic show?
Oh,
There
right.
is no scientific way. The physics are all wrong for a telephone booth to fly.
Let's just pick around the inside.
Again, magic mumbo jumbo.
It's not magic at all. It's just timey-wimey bullcrap.
You know, coming from somebody who has time traveled, you referring to it as timey-wimey bullcrap is probably the most accurate thing I've heard you say since I arrived.
Quite frankly, I tried watching and just didn't understand any of it. It got really weird, okay?
If I'm to be honest, the only thing I know about that show is the fact that in several of the seasons, the guy who plays the weird, evil, bad guy from season 1 of Arrow is on it.
So at this point, Kestrel is like taking a seat down in the, I'll call it the lobby, south lobby, the main area. So he's just kind of resting right now.
We've just gone off into like the war room to be away from everybody.
And ZD is actually doing something you would have never suspected him to do. He is standing in the cockpit, staring out, basically like he's trying to will the plane to go even faster than it already is.
On the way, one more time, there's a Lutra. I'm not who you think. I'm here to help.
Okay, so in the first phase, I don't even think, because I don't know don't know who you are. And two, it's great you're here to help. Who are you and where are you?
No response.
Sits there like, he's got the Sonic thing, he's got his arms crossed, he's tapping his foot. Okay, fine, he's not gonna talk again.
And I can't do this with my voice, but just to give you a greater depiction of what you're hearing, on top of a whisper, there's like a crackle. It's almost like you would get over a walkie-talkie with a bad connection, but it's more like a wind crackle.
Gotcha.
Probably because it's a whisper and not over electronic communication, but...
Gotcha, I see.
All right, so the three of you are all in separate places doing your own thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else going on the way back to Bay City?
Lucha's not coming out, so unless someone wants to come in there, he's done.
I think Kessel's going to give Lutra his space for now because he doesn't know how to solve any of this.
And ZD is just 100% staring out the cockpit window.
All right, so we return back in Bay City. Where are we landing the plane?
The roof.
Yeah, the roof.
Okay, so you land the plane. What do?
I mean, we're going into the office, yes?
Well, at least disembarking.
Oh, ZD is walking right in and finding Dr. Casey immediately.
Does Lutra get off the plane with the rest of us?
Yeah, he's gonna get off, just, at his own pace.
Okay, so you walk in through the entry doors, through the 10-foot hallway into the grand area at the top of the tower, and Casey's right there.
talk about service.
Lutra, Kestrel, Hunter.
Yeah. Actually, I think he's 0 day right now.
They're the same person.
Lucha actually shoots a glance over at Kestrel.
Kestrel glances back.
Meanwhile, ZD is just staring a hole through Casey.
I can say this is a visit that I did not expect. I can also say that I believe that Lutra nor Kestrel is the reason you're here. So, would you mind telling me what is on your mind?
What is on my mind is very simple. Cattail in the camera. I thought that I saw it in the camera, like that's gonna hit me in the back of the head. I totally thought.
Still more accurate than Kestrel.
What is on my mind is something that you can answer to.
I don't claim to have the answers for everything, but you are more than welcome to ask.
You're not my biological father, are you?
Well, I mean, that question is quite simple to answer. No, I am not.
Did we know that?
I think we did.
Oh, okay.
No, you didn't.
Oh my gosh!
Ah! Really?
Actually, wait.
Actually, it does seem like that's actually come up, but I don't remember.
No, his mother came up.
Right.
Wait a second.
Okay, yeah.
So, who are his parents? We thought we met his mother. I thought you were his dad.
That's a very good question. Who were they, considering you were there with Salome, and then, what? The next day, it burned?
Well, let me first say that I am not your biological father, but I am your adoptive father. I became your adoptive father when you were 3, when your parents died. As for other answers, and he walks over to a desk that he has in the area and pulls out the notebook, or not the notebook, but the file that he has. I had a feeling that this would eventually come up, so I did have this prepared to discuss with you one day. And this right here, I received from Professor Charles Xavier. He opens it up and starts reading. Hunter Barlow. Powers. Eidetic memory. Immediate calculation. Son of Darren Barlow and Tanya Barlow, nee Casey. Tanya was my sister. You are my nephew.
So, I, I was shown a memory. I guess it was. I remember conversation. 4 people about taking me away somewhere. I can assume the people whose backs were to me in the memory were my mother and father. Were you one of the other 2?
I cannot tell you. I did not see the memory. I do not know what you are speaking of other than 4 people.
They kept saying that I was special and that I needed to be protected.
By the age of 2, Hunter, you had the aptitude of a 17-year-old.
Whoa.
You had that much stuff memorized. You could not stop reading books. Your eidetic memory was insanely profound, something that of the likes we have never seen.
If I have such an eidetic memory, why am I just remembering this now?
Because eidetic memory doesn't always correspond to real life memories.
What? What's that mean?
Trauma can make you forget many things. Remember all that Hunter has gone through.
But the hunter now doesn't remember those things either.
The Hunter now went through the same things. The
No
Hunter
way.
now went through the car accident and the years and years of...
Being inside a computer.
Oh, I thought you were
Exactly.
talking about whatever Zeode came from.
Myself, I am the exact same hunter you know, just older.
Lucha kind of shuffles his feet and looks down at that.
So, what does this change?
Everything and nothing.
Unfortunately, I wish this was the most difficult to answer, but by far this was the easiest. For I know the other questions you have don't have a suitable answer for you.
I assume you do not know how my parents died.
No, I do know what the reports were, and I believe that is what will lead to the difficult questions. But the reports are that your parents were killed in a house fire, that they thought you died in as well.
And I was absconded with in the night. We all know by whom, or at least we can assume by whom. And the next big question becomes, why did she want me? And why did I end up here?
Well, I can tell you that the speculation was only so much on my part. She told me, and this is a little you must know about her, that she does have the ability to detect disturbance. So she told me that she felt something was wrong and went to the house to see. And when she got there, you were the only one she found.
I know why this is the first I'm hearing of this, because I know anyway, we don't need to talk about that. Seeing this folder, the one final question I have is this something you've had prepared for a while or got when you realized a future version of me was here?
This was a discussion I prepared once we were able to move on with you in human form. After I realized that you would be alive and have a conscience again. Honestly, the most difficult part was keeping it out of the computers while you had access to unlimited databases.
A feat
But
most impressive.
But I must say that if I can provide one answer to why Salome have wanted you specifically, it would be under this last note that was written by Dr. Xavier. And it says, communication or immediate communication ability may cause actions that ignore consequence of the feelings of others. I mean, look at what she's trying to achieve. What better for her endgame than someone who doesn't feel any distraught or conscience for any wrongdoings they do?
A calculating, logical, fact-based mind.
So, just so I'm not losing track of things, she's trying to use 0 day to accomplish her goals?
Initially, yes.
But there was one thing she didn't factor in.
Hunter?
What?
No. Like,
She didn't factor in the consequence of the car accident years ago.
oh. Yeah, I thought it was like the whole Hunter going into the...
The car accident basically removed her from Hunter's life, which meant that the manipulation that she was going to try to achieve could no longer happen.
What would that manipulation have done?
I don't know, Lutra. Perhaps made somebody who had no emotion whatsoever, no matter what decision they made.
Oh. Okay, so...
Don't say it.
So what he sees in front of him? Is that what you were going to say?
I was actually going to say she accomplished her mission, but okay.
Did she really, though?
Probably not.
I mean, you clearly feel emotions, even if you don't display them.
Does he?
Just because 0 day is calculated, just because 0 day may not show any emotion at all, you must remember that in order for Salome to truly achieve her goal, his intentions would be wicked. But to sit there and say that he doesn't show emotion, the look that I got when he first entered this building said otherwise. Anger is an emotion,
I see.
especially And it can be especially good if it's directed in the right way.
Yeah, I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely know that.
I think we all do.
But I guess the bigger conclusion that you want from this, Hunter, is while I am not your biological father, I'm only your adopted father, paperwork was never signed for Salone to be your adopted mother.
You don't need to add the honorific in front of it. You're still my father.
Aw.
I'm just trying to be clear with you. And I'm sure you have figured this out already. But yes, I have talked to Jay since you've gotten here. I've known that you're from the future. I know that you have come here.
Oh, I immediately figured that out based on your lack of reaction.
So, after the heaviness in the room finally starts to clear a little bit,
Hmm.
I think we have two other beings in the room other than Zero Day and Dr. Casey. So, Lutra and Kestrel.
Well, they're just being very quiet.
Yeah. And Kestrel's
Before
been,
we-
like, listening, but...
I will say, not that this isn't a fascinating conversation, but the only thing I've worn since I've been here has been this spandex, and it is very not breathable, so if you will all excuse me, I am going to change.
Well, be careful. Your
that
clothes
makes
aren't
sense.
going to fit you because, you're bigger now.
He's known I've been here for 2 days. You're assuming he doesn't have clothes ready?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I know he's been here for 2 days. You're assuming my AI doesn't have clothes ready.
Yeah.
It should. I programmed it.
While you're doing that, have a good shower, I guess. Lutra, can I talk with you in your room place, or at least a place where we can just get a minute?
So, Lucha doesn't really answer, but he kind of, like, slowly saunters off to the kitchen and just starts, like... He goes, like, starts looking in the fridge and the freezer and stuff. As he's just looking around for something.
Kestrel kind of, like, floats after Lutra. Well, I guess this is close enough to being a private space. Lucha, look, I know you're frustrated by what's going on with Zero Day out there, and with...
Frustrated? So, as he says that, he pulls out, like, some boneless, skinless chicken breasts out of the fridge, and he, like, uses his foot to close the doors. He's looking at you like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you're really bad at lying, and you're really bad at hiding your emotions.
As he gets out, like, a cutting board and starts chopping up things.
Oh, I was hoping that you're going to get out a meat tenderizer and start flattening the chicken, like, very aggressively.
Actually, no, he's got a knife in his hands and a cutting board.
Yeah, that's...
As he's, chopping this chicken into chunks.
Well, talk to me, Lutra. What's going on? What's got you so upset about this? What's going on?
Look, it's he just keeps pausing and stammering random syllables for a little bit until he finally just sighs. He's like, "Look, I don't know if you really know just the depth of the issues Hunter and I have had. Seems like I can't stop him from, hating me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing I want to do, and I get that the Blitz thing was all my fault. But it seems like everything I do afterwards, I've had to walk on eggshells to not anger him. And now, he won't even talk to me. Future Hunter won't talk to me.
Well, past Hunter's in there too.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying he doesn't have any emotions. Okay, great. He's got them. You know what that means? That means he's making the actual decision not to talk to me.
That's because he's afraid to, Lutra.
Or he doesn't want to.
No.
He looked at me and said he didn't want to talk to me.
That's probably because he cares so much. You didn't hear him on the plane like I did. Where he's talking about how he had to get rid of his emotions to survive and all the stuff he's been through. And how he does care, but he can't show it.
Yeah, so he told all of that to you.
That's because I asked. You walked away. You could have asked too.
I asked him a whole lot on the trip out there. You know what he told me? Nothing.
And he's finally starting to open up because he had a moment out there on that rock.
A moment, right. And he still doesn't say anything to me. You want to know what this is? Clearly, I did something between now and sometime in the future to piss him off that much.
All he talks about, Lutra, when he talked about you in the future is you dying in front of him.
Wait, what?
He's afraid of losing you again. Don't you get it?
What do you mean? He didn't say anything about that.
Oh, was I not supposed to say... never mind. When he was talking on that plane and he was having those weird flashbacks whenever it was triggered on that rock, he kept talking about that when he saw you, he kept remembering seeing you buried in rubble. His last memory of you was you dying. He doesn't want to get attached. He's afraid of losing you again when his future comes true and when his future gets changed and he's gone forever. Lutra, he cares a lot about you. He clearly does, and he's afraid of that because he had to see you leave him. And that's really hard when you have to watch somebody that you care about deeply just leave in front of your eyes.
So Lutra turns directly towards Kestrel, looks at him and is like, "You don't think I've felt that before?"
And he felt that too.
Yet, there's nothing I would give to see Fred handsome again. When I did, it was one of the most comforting things I felt. And he instead just doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, you gotta keep trying. You have to keep trying. He is buried so deep in there. You heard Casey and him talking about all the layers of the emotions that they were getting out of him and all that Salome was doing and just all that trauma? You have to keep digging at that.
Every time I tried with younger Hunter, every single thing I did, one thing would just crush our relationship. I can't go through that again. And if there's something I did that bad, I don't even want to think about it. Honestly...
I just told you, it wasn't what you did, I think.
I think it's that he lost you. You have no idea.
No, but you don't either. Why are you assuming the worst?
Because it's pretty easy to. Look, I think I know what I need to do, but it's just not something I can It's not something I can do right now, but I think I know what I really need to do.
What's that?
Once this is all over, I think it's just time if I go.
What?
Once this is over, whatever this is, I think maybe I should just go.
Where?
I don't know. I mean, not necessarily leave Bay City, but I think maybe I should, get my own space and maybe let Hunter have his own space so that we can maybe still be friends and just not be next to each other so much.
Are you that afraid of hurting your relationship with Hunter again?
Yes. did a lot to help him. He means so much to me. And then it's like every single thing. He basically saved my life. And yet, I mentioned one thing and he runs off and he don't even talk to me again. And then it happened twice. And then this? I don't get it.
But Lutra, if you don't keep trying, you're never going to get it. Why is it a better choice to run away than to keep working at something you care so much about?
Because I don't know what else to do, and I'm tired. I'm not that good at thinking about what to do next.
Well, I think you deciding to leave is probably the worst thing you could do.
I don't really
Frankly.
think so.
What, leaving Hunter alone?
Not really. As I said, I think maybe I just need to... I actually really think I just need to find my own space, though. And I'm not talking just because Hunter. I actually think maybe that would be a good thing for me.
You already had your own space once, and it was kind of dicey.
Well, that was different. What I mean is, I like it here. I do. It's great. But I think I need to, in order for me to grow, I think I need to go out there. You don't understand. I used to hide all the time because I was scared someone would, certain people would find me. I'm not scared of that anymore. In fact, I can be me out in public now. I think maybe it might be best for everybody if I become someone more of a friend who just visits every so often like most other friends do. Instead of just leaving here.
I just always kind of thought of you guys as family. Like, the way you guys acted with each other.
Well, I mean, not family doesn't always live together either, do they?
I guess not.
I'm not saying I want to get out of Hunter's life. I don't. He means way too much for me.
I'm just honestly kind of afraid you're going to shut yourself off again, is all.
I need to do something to protect my relationship with Hunter, and I think the best way to do that is to not always be here.
Why don't you ask Hunter about that?
Because I think this is something I want to do anyway. But plus, I still don't think he'd even talk to me about it, so what's it matter?
I mean, what do you have to lose if you try? If you don't try, I mean, you literally have nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah, I have nothing to lose, uh-huh.
No, yeah, nothing, because you're already disappointed. You already think he thinks the worst of you. If you go in there, you find out that that's what he thinks, it's been proven. But if you find out the opposite...
Because that would be better than just thinking it.
Knowing is better than thinking it, yes. Because you might be surprised and find that he cares an awful lot. And that's worth risking it.
Not for me. I don't want to get hurt like that again. I can't bear to lose someone again.
Well, neither can he.
Well, maybe he'll let me know. By the way, during all this, Lucia's sitting there, making, chicken chunks.
Oh, yeah, I assume he's, doing the full course cooking.
Yeah, with cheese and all that stuff, and sauce, and...
There was some very angry chopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think at one point he cut the cutting board in half.
Ooh.
So he used the cleaver. Got it.
Right.
Do what you need to do, Lutra, but things aren't going to change for the better if you don't try a bit more. I know you tried a while already. I'm just...
As I said, I got something else I want to try.
Yeah, I know.
Besides, as I said, I think it's also more for me anyway. I really do need to grow up. And I think if I can make it on my own, that'll at least show me I can. And make it on my own is a big thing. As I said, it's not like I'm leaving.
No.
Just I think in order for me to just grow up, I need to like get some more like worldly experience, you know? I have to go see things.
I get that. Yeah.
As I said, that's not until this is all over anyway.
Just, you can at least try to sulk a little bit less.
Yeah.
Because we have to work together anyway to make this work.
I wasn't saying I wasn't going to.
So you're going to sulk less.
I don't know about that.
It. Oh. At least try. And Kestrel's got to float out of the room.
Wait, before you leave,
Uh,
Kestrel's like, hey, or Lucha's like, hey, Kestrel, one other thing.
yeah.
Completely off topic, but I've got this question I've been wondering for quite some time now. It's just been bugging me for a bit, and you might know this better than anyone else, so I was wondering if I could ask you really quick.
Well, sure, Lutra, what is it?
So, and he grabs this like container of peanut butter. So, this here, it's peanut butter, right? Do they make this with butter?
Lutra,
What?
there's an ingredients label.
Well, yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's called peanut butter. It doesn't say butter on it at all.
Read the ingredients label, and I will leave you to figure things out.
Well, I figured you'd be best to know because of, the nuts and whatnot.
You're an adult now, Lutra. This is part of growing up.
I've been an adult for quite some time. What'd you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Read the label. Ketchel's gonna fly out.
Okay.
Ketchel's gonna fly by Casey. Actually, what's Casey doing?
Casey is sitting at that same desk where he pulled the file out, going through a bunch of other files, like an entire stack, various mutants and stuff.
Hey, Dr. Casey.
Yes, Kestrel.
Is there actually butter in peanut butter?
No, there's not.
I knew it. Thanks.
At this point, you see Hunter coming down the stairs wearing a blue t-shirt with a slightly darker blue jacket, carrying just a pile of what appears to be spare parts.
Goodness.
What? I want to be able to tinker. It keeps my mind off of things.
That makes sense.
So what is Luther doing now that Kestrel left the room?
Oh, he's finishing making these really deluxe chicken chunk things, and just this big baking, not baking sheet, like baking dish thing. He throws it in the oven and lets it cook down for a while.
Okay. After he puts that in the oven, he just sort of zones out. And if you ever watch the Johnny Depp version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's basically when Willy Wonka would have the flashbacks of him and his father, and it's basically that blank stare.
Yeah.
And that's what Lutra has right now. And the image that comes up in Lutra's mind is that abandoned waste field that was from the mind of Phantasm.
Oh, right.
And you sort of hear that whisper on the air again. Just saying, Lutra, I'm here to help. But this time, you're able to pinpoint the voice a little bit more. It's a little bit clearer.
Lucha closes his guy shudders a bit in this vision. He just mutters to himself, "If this is who I think it is, I'm going to scream."
And you sort of see a flicker off in the distance. And there's a shadow off in the distance. And then it disappears.
Oh. So Lucha's gonna start trying to walk in that direction. I don't know how far in the distance it is, but he's going to follow it anyway.
Oh, it was probably about, quarter of a mile in the distance.
Okay.
But it flashes again and it's a little bit closer.
Where's the auto rocket?
Then it disappears again.
Where's the auto rocket when you need it?
And then it appears one more time.
Huh.
This time about 50 feet in front of Lutra. And you finally notice who it is. And it is Demise.
Yeah.
And he says one more time, I'm here to help.
Oh, I so don't believe you.
And that is where we're calling it a night for this week.
Nice.
So I want to thank everyone for stopping by just to sort of get back into Bay City, literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a lot of fun planned for the upcoming episodes, including starting off with this little tidbit. So OPT gets to mentally prepare for all of that. But on behalf of OPT Lawyer, Chameleon Ice, and TGE, as well as Dark Falls and Nora, who also may be joining us next week, I am Crimson Avix. Thank you all for stopping by. Good night.